Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to start with a question that might just change your life. If you've ever been so close to giving up that hope seemed like a cruel joke. If you've ever been there, or if you're there right now, I need you to stay with me because today we're going to reignite something powerful inside you. Imagine being trapped in a room so dark that you can't see your own hand in front of your face. Every step feels like stumbling into the unknown, and the only thing keeping you moving is the faint idea that there might be light somewhere out there. That's what hope is. It's not the absence of darkness, but the belief that the light exists. And if you hold on, that light will lead you to places you never dreamed possible. By the end of this talk, my prayer is that every single one of you will walk out of here with your own fire of here burning brighter than ever. So let me share with you the truth that has transformed my life and countless others. The fire of hope is within you. It only needs to be sparked. Hope is more than just a comforting word. It is a lifeline, an anchor for the soul when the storms of life rage. Life has an uncanny way of throwing us into situations we could never anticipate. One moment, everything feels secure, and the next we're caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty, pain, or loss. It is in those moments when we're hanging by a thread that hope becomes our most vital lifeline. Without it, we drift aimlessly. With it, we find the strength to endure, to press forward, and to believe that something better awaits. To understand the depth of hope's power, imagine being lost at sea. The waves crash over your head, the horizon disappears, and the shore feels like a distant dream. The human instinct might be to panic, to give in to despair. But hope is the life preserver thrown your way. It doesn't guarantee calm waters, nor does it pull you to safety instantly. Instead, it gives you something to cling to, a reason to keep swimming, a belief that the storm will pass. Some might argue that hope is naive, a false comfort in the face of harsh realities. But I challenge that notion. Hope is not about denying the existence of struggle. It is about embracing the possibility of triumph. It doesn't mean the absence of hardship, but rather the belief that hardship can lead to growth, to redemption, to victory. Hope is not a passive daydream. It is an active force that keeps us moving when every fiber of our being tells us to stop. There's a reason why throughout history, some of the most extraordinary acts of courage and perseverance have been fueled by hope. Think of those who faced insurmountable odds, whether battling illness, climbing out of poverty, or standing firm against injustice. What kept them going? What pushed them to wake up each morning and fight another day? Hope. It gave them a vision of something beyond their current circumstances, a glimpse of a better tomorrow. That vision didn't make their path easier, but it made the struggle meaningful. What's fascinating about hope is that it doesn't require ideal circumstances to exist. In fact, hope often shines brightest in the darkest moments. When everything is going well, we rarely reflect on hope. We take it for granted. But when the road gets rough, when our backs are against the wall, that's when hope steps in as a powerful ally. It's the light in the tunnel, the small but steady voice that whispers, "This is not the end." Hope is also deeply personal. What gives one person hope might not resonate with another. For some, hope comes from their faith, a belief in a higher power that promises purpose and redemption. For others, it might be the love they have for their family, the desire to provide a better life for their children, or the dream of achieving something they've always longed for. Regardless of its source, hope has the unique ability to adapt to our circumstances, meeting us where we are and propelling us forward. But let's be honest, there are times when hope feels like a fragile thing, a flickering candle in a howling wind. Maybe you've been there. Maybe you felt like you were running on empty with nothing left to give and no sign of relief in sight. In those moments, hope can feel distant, almost unreachable. Yet even then, it's important to remember that the fire of hope is never truly extinguished. It might dwindle, but it never dies. Even the smallest ember can reignite into a flame. This is why we must protect and nurture our hope. Like a lifeline, it needs care and attention. Sometimes this means leaning on others who can remind us of what we're holding on to when we're too weary to see it ourselves. Other times it's about revisiting the promises we've made to ourselves, the dreams that first sparked our hope. And always it's about choosing to believe day after day that the effort we put in, the prayers we pray, and the steps we take are leading us towards something worthwhile. Hope also has a ripple effect. When we hold on to hope, we don't just save ourselves, we inspire those around us. A hopeful heart is contagious. Think of the times when someone else's resilience or faith gave you the strength to keep going. Perhaps it was a friend who encouraged you, a story of triumph that moved you, or even a stranger where his kindness reminded you that good still exists in the world. That's the power of hope. It spreads, it multiplies, and it transforms not just individuals, but entire communities. So what does hope ask of us? It asks us to believe, it asks us to persevere, and most importantly, it asks us to act. Because hope is not just about sitting still and wishing for better days, it's about walking forward even when the path isn't clear. It's about making choices that align with our vision of a brighter future and trusting that those choices will lead us where we need to go. In the end, hope is the thread that connects us to the possibilities of tomorrow. It is not just a lifeline, it is life itself, reminding us that as long as we hold on, anything is possible. Turning pain into purpose is one of the most profound transformations we can experience in life. Pain is universal, no one escapes it. It comes in many forms: loss, betrayal, failure, illness, or struggles that defy explanation. At times, pain feels like a weight so heavy that it threatens to crush us. It can make us question our path, our worth, and even our faith. But what if I told you that pain, as unbearable as it might seem, has the potential to become the very fuel that drives us toward a greater purpose? Let's start with a truth that is hard to accept in the moment. Pain has meaning. When we are in the thick of it, when the tears won't stop, and the answers won't come, it's almost impossible to see how anything good could come from our suffering. But time and reflection often reveal that our most painful experiences are also the ones that shape us in ways nothing else can. Pain refines us. It strips away the superficial, forcing us to confront what truly matters. It pushes us to grow, to adapt, and to find strength we never knew we had. When we choose to let pain serve a purpose, it becomes a teacher. It teaches us resilience, compassion, and humility. Resilience, because enduring hardship proves that we are stronger than we believed. Compassion, because experiencing pain firsthand makes us more empathetic to the struggles of others. Humility, because pain reminds us that we are human, that we cannot control everything, that we need others, and that we often need God. But turning pain into purpose is not automatic. It requires a choice. We can let our pain define us, hold us back, and make us bitter, or we can use it to propel us forward. The difference lies in perspective. If we see pain as meaningless, it becomes a burden that weighs us down. But if we see it as a stepping stone, as something that can teach us and propel us, then it becomes a part of our story, a chapter that leads to something greater. The transformation begins when we stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? Or how can this experience help others? This shift in mindset is powerful. It takes the focus off our suffering and places it on growth, healing, and contribution. It doesn't mean the pain disappears, but it does mean that the pain no longer has the final say. One of the most remarkable things about turning pain into purpose is the ripple effect it creates. When we overcome challenges and use our experiences to help others, we inspire them to do the same. Our stories of triumph and perseverance become lights in the darkness for those who are still struggling. We show them that they are not alone, that healing is possible, and that even the deepest wounds can lead to beautiful transformations. Think of the people whose lives have profoundly impacted yours. Chances are many of them have faced significant challenges. Their pain didn't stop them, it shaped them into the strong, wise, and compassionate individuals they are today. They chose to use their pain as a platform, a way to connect with and uplift others. This is the essence of turning pain into purpose. There's another layer to this transformation. Pain often reveals our calling. Many people discover their life's purpose in the midst of or because of their greatest struggles. A person who battles a debilitating illness may be inspired to become a healer or advocate. Someone who experiences loss might find their purpose in supporting others who are grieving. A failure in one area of life might lead to the discovery of an entirely new path that aligns more closely with their passions and strengths. In these cases, pain is not an obstacle, it is a guide. Faith plays a crucial role in this process. Trusting that there is a bigger picture, even when we can't see it, gives us the courage to keep going. Faith reminds us that pain is not permanent and that it can be redeemed for something greater. It assures us that we are not alone, that our struggles are seen, and that they have a purpose beyond what we can understand in the moment. However, let's be clear, turning pain into purpose does not mean denying or minimizing our suffering. It is important to grieve, to feel, and to heal. Ignoring pain only delays the transformation. Instead, we must confront it honestly and allow ourselves the time and space to process it. Only then can we begin to see the beauty that can arise from the ashes. This journey is not easy, but it is worth it. Every time we rise from our pain, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable of fulfilling our purpose. And every time we share our story, we give others the courage to rise from their own struggles. In this way, pain becomes a gift not because it is pleasant, but because it is powerful. It pushes us to grow, to connect, and to contribute in ways we might never have imagined. So, if you are in pain right now, know this, it is not the end of your story. It is a chapter 1 that has the potential to lead to something extraordinary. Choose to let your pain refine you, teach you, and propel you. Choose to let it become the spark that ignites your purpose. Because when you do, you'll discover that the very thing that once caused you to stumble can become the foundation upon which you stand. Faith is the foundation upon which hope is built, and without it, hope often struggles to stand. Faith is not just a belief in something unseen. It is a deep trust in a greater purpose, a bigger plan, and a power beyond ourselves. It's the quiet confidence that even when we don't understand why things are happening, there is meaning and direction guiding our path. Faith serves as an anchor, holding us steady when life feels chaotic and unpredictable. In moments of difficulty, faith is what allows us to hope even when circumstances seem bleak. It bridges the gap between our present struggles and the promise of a brighter future. Without faith, hope can feel like wishful thinking, a fragile idea easily crushed by the weight of adversity. But with faith, hope becomes unshakable. It's not just a fleeting feeling, it's a conviction, a certainty that something greater is at work in our lives. Faith doesn't mean we won't experience doubt or fear. In fact, doubt is often a companion on the journey of faith, but faith calls us to trust, even in the presence of uncertainty. It invites us to step forward, not because we can see the entire path, but because we trust that the next step will appear when we need it. It's like walking through fog where you can only see a few feet ahead, yet you keep moving forward because you know the road is there. Faith also provides us with strength. When we feel like giving up, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, faith reminds us of our resilience. It tells us that we are not alone, that we are